Hey guys, welcome. The inaugural Headwaters Hog Hunt Catch, Photo, and Release Tournament. Appreciate you guys being here. I apologize if my virtual captain's meeting is a little unprofessional. I'm a 9-to-5 guy, so I'm trying to do all of this around my regular work schedule. So I apologize if it's not as professional as you guys are normally used to. But hopefully it will cover all the bases. The reason we do a virtual captain's meeting is to allow guys that are traveling in from out of town. They don't have to come in and go to the captain's meeting, attend, and all that kind of stuff. So they can travel in just the day of the event. I know a lot of tournaments. You have a big party at the captain's meeting, and then all that kind of stuff. Well, we just kind of do it backwards. We have a big celebration at the awards ceremony. That's when we've got the dinner, and everything like that. So everybody can travel in and fish, and then we can share some fellowship and fish stories and that kind of stuff at the award dinner. So let me jump right into it. I am going to be at the boat ramp at the Fellsmere Reservoir Headwaters Lake boat ramp Saturday morning the 23rd at 5:30 in the morning. I'll be there at 5:30. I'm going to have on a headlamp and probably a red flashing light, and I'll be buzzing around like a dragonfly, so I won't be hard to find. I'm going to do two things there at 5:30. First and foremost, your identifiers, the token that you're going to have, that you're going to include in each one of your fish photographs. I'm going to be handing those out. It's basically just a laminated card, special card that you're going to have in each photograph. For my boaters and my kayakers, you're both going to have to pick up your tokens, your identifiers, at 5:30 or sometime after 5:30 on Saturday morning. I won't be issuing one through Tourney X. Our guys that have fished Tourney X tournaments before, I'm not issuing one through Tourney X. It's going to be a separate identifier that you guys are going to have to pick up at 5:30. For my kayakers, you guys know you can drive down to the launch. You can do your thing. You're able to launch anywhere down the dike that's legal. You can launch at the Indian Mound, or you can go down to the pump house. It's perfectly legal within the rules. Fishing time is the same, for everybody. So our lines in is still the same, but you guys are able to get to your launch area, through a legal manner and a legal location, per the rules with no problem. My boaters, guys, please do not enter the parking lot before the legal time. I'm not going to be there, be in the hall monitor and watching everybody, that kind of thing. No. But we are being watched by the FWC and the Water Management District on how we run things. We were asked to stay within the regulations, not change anything, not ask for any special permission to do anything for the event. We don't want to impact our regular weekend anglers and that kind of a thing. So they are going to be kind of watching us, which is fantastic, because if everything goes well, then hopefully we can. We can do some other things, down the road in the future. So we want to work with them so that they'll work with us. So if other boaters are going into the parking lot, ahead of time, please just follow those rules. Do not speed, my boaters. The speed limits in the canals. Don't speed. I don't want anyone to get reported for speeding and me have to be the bad guy and approach them about a rule violation. So just don't speed. Lines in is at 7 a.m. So you can leave the ramp whatever time you're able to launch and leave at a legal time, but the first cast is not before 7 a.m. So you're able to go get to your spot. You got plenty of time to get to where you're going to be and begin fishing at 7 a.m. We're going to fish all day, upload our photos all day. The last cast is at 3 p.m. So 3 p.m. is your last cast. If you've got a fish on and you landed at 3 o'clock, so that's fine. Just don't be fishing after 3 o'clock. At 3:15, the Tourney X upload system shuts down. It will lock out. I don't have any control over that. I told them what time I want it to end, so 3:15 is it. So if you catch a fish at 3 o'clock, you've got 15 minutes to do what you need to do, get that fish, get a photograph, do what you need to do. You got 15 minutes. Or if you're in a position where you haven't been able to upload a few photos or something, you've got 15 minutes to be able to do that. So at 3:15, it locks out. Okay, 4 o'clock, you must be back at tournament headquarters, which is the Marsh Landing. You must be back and signed in. We're going to have a sign-in sheet there to make sure everybody's home safe. By 4 o'clock or in line. I don't think we're gonna have trouble with too many people being there, so we won't necessarily have a line. But you got to be there by 4 o'clock. If you're not back by 4 o'clock, disqualification. So you got to be back by 4. So you get to fish until 3. That gives you an hour to boogie back to the ramp, load the boat, and get to Marsh Landing. Plenty of time. Don't push the time, any more than you have to. But that gives you an hour to to be able to do that if you're going to fish until the last minute. So. If you have trouble uploading photos, if you're having trouble with the TourneyX system, if you're having trouble with your account, you're just not able to use the system, it is your responsibility to come to me at Marsh Landing at Tournament Headquarters, and I will physically help you as best that I can get everything uploaded. If there's a problem with with you uploading fish, I can get on the phone with the tech person and we can get through it. But you've got to be to me before that 3:15 deadline, because again, the system locks itself out. So we've got to get everything taken care of by 3:15. The system, you shouldn't have any trouble with the system. There's 58,000 anglers registered on TourneyX. That's 58,000 tournament anglers. That's not just random people. The people sign up for TourneyX because they're fishing tournaments. At any given time, there's 150 tournaments listed on TourneyX. It's been around for several years. I won't say it's a perfect system, but it's pretty darn rock solid. So it's not like our tournament is going to crash the system and nobody's going to be able to upload their fish. No, this is not a new system that we're trying out. This is this is something that's been around for years and years and years, and we're just utilizing it for our tournament, for this catch, photo, and release type of a format. So if you have any trouble, 3:15, you got to be back. You got to be back to me. This is real-time live update. So when you upload a fish on TourneyX, it is using your cell phone signal to send that picture and that data to the TourneyX servers, where the judges can go ahead and look at the fish right then. 2 of our judges are from the Midwest. One is from Nebraska. So these people don't know who we are. They don't know who you are. They don't know who's in a boat, who's in a kayak. So it's perfectly random and fair. They have no idea who you are, so they can't play favorites or or anything like that. So that's typically how the TourneyX programs work. Random judges who've done it before, people who've judged before, but they're from all over the United States. I have put up a tutorial on the Facebook page on how to work the TourneyX program. If you haven't worked the TourneyX program, download the app, have it on your phone. That's the way that it's got to be done. From everything is being done from from your phone, just like when you registered, all that kind of stuff. Familiarize yourself with the system. The computer version and the mobile version look a little bit differently. The mobile version is basically for tournament fishing, so it's only got a handful of buttons that you're going to want to use on there. So familiarize yourself with it. Guys that have used the TourneyX program before, do me a huge favor. Look at that tutorial and make sure I didn't miss anything, because I've used screen captures, from several years of me tournament fishing and trying to, put together this little tutorial to make it easier for folks. Make sure I didn't miss anything, and if I need to add or change anything, let me know. I have no problem. I want to make sure that it's something that's easily understandable for everybody. My kayak anglers, everything's the same as far as your fish and uploading your photos and everything like that. Most of the guys that have fished before, exactly what you're doing. Just keep doing the same thing. My new kayak anglers, you've got your profile there on TourneyX. Upload your fish just like the system indicates. My boat guys, it's a little bit different for you guys. So listen to me. 2 anglers in a boat, but only one of them is going to be the captain. So I got John and Bob fishing together. John and Bob. You guys decide that John is the captain. All of the fish you catch during tournament day are going to be uploaded to John's profile. So we're going to use one profile. John, he's the captain. Everything is going to go under John's profile. Bob, you had to sign up in TourneyX and create a profile and all that, because that's how the flow works as far as registration and the tournament fees and all that kind of stuff. So it was necessary for you to create that that profile. But for this tournament, everything is going to be uploaded to one guy in the boat. We're going to call him the captain of the boat, John. Everything's going to be uploaded to his profile. That's big fish. You guys keep track of who caught the big fish, whatever. Big fish, all of your tournament fish, big, small, otherwise, everything is going to be uploaded to your captain, whoever whoever you designate in that boat. Now, Bob, who's in that boat, if you want to upload fish to your profile, to add fish to your profile, absolutely, don't cost a nickel. Go ahead, take photos of every single fish that you've got. The TourneyX program does a lot of things as far as tracking, the fish that you catch, your average, your longest, how many tournaments you fished, how many places. It doesn't, guys that have been using it for a while, there's a lot of stats, like a baseball card, there's a lot of information on there. If you want to put that information, begin building that information on your profile, absolutely do that. But just keep in mind, the captain of the boat, John, that's the one that the judges are going to be looking for, is that one guy. And you don't have to tell me which guy it is. The judges are going to know, because that's where all your fish are going to be. I know that John and Bob are fishing together, and if I see all the fish being uploaded to John, he's obviously the one we're going to judge. The judges are going to look at. So, a couple of tips with your photographs. Take several photographs of the same fish. Wiggle, push, make sure the mouth is closed, do everything that you're supposed to do with the fish. Make sure you've got your identifier in the photo, but not on top of the fish. It has to be next to the fish, in some way. Take several photographs and make sure you get the right photograph, get the right photograph in there. Please follow the rules as far as the photographs. Judges have seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fish. They can tell when somebody's trying to pull something, something shady. If you're trying to slide that fish a little bit, or if you're trying to take it at a different angle, man, they've seen it. Don't, this is a charity event. There's no reason to do that, but they've seen it, So I strongly recommend just take good photographs of your fish and let the cards fall where they may. There's no minimum size, so you catch a bunch of 12 inchers, take pictures of them. Then later in the day, if you start catching some 16s, the thing will auto call for you. So if you got a bunch of 12 inchers and then you start catching bigger fish, it's gonna the app is gonna auto call your fish. You don't have to remove fish. You don't have to do anything. Just keep uploading those fish. You get an 18 and then you get an 18 and a quarter, upload them. Or you catch another 18, go ahead and upload it. Maybe it'll bump another fish down. Upload as many fish as you want. There's no minimum, and it will auto call. It's going to keep your top 5 fish. Of course, there's no maximum. The longest fish that you can possibly catch, obviously, as long as your measuring board is. That carries me into measuring boards. If you have any question about your measuring board, send me a picture and let me take a look before we get started. I don't want anybody to have any hard feelings about their measuring board. It has to be commercially made. It has to be something that was manufactured to be a measuring board with a bump fence. Cannot slide, cannot fold, cannot change and alter the measurement in any way. This is kind of liberal. A lot of the tournaments use specific brands. You have to use a specific brand of measuring board. That way we know all of them are the same. We're being a little more liberal with this tournament, to get everybody started. I didn't want everybody to have to run out and buy a specific brand of measuring board. But if you have a question, send it to me. Pretty much anything you buy at one of the stores that's got that bump fence on it is going to be okay. Now you can't take a fish stick or one of the FWC rulers or something and nail it to a piece of wood and put a bump board on. Nah, it has to be something that's commercially available. The ones made out of C-deck or the decals, those that's not. It has to have something with a bump board. I stopped by Orchid Island Bikes and Kayaks later this past week. Those guys are paying for our awards dinner. Really appreciate that. That's a big thing. Feeding 50 guys, at Marsh Landing is kind of a big deal. So I really appreciate them stepping in and doing that. That's a big deal. While I was at Orchid Island Bikes and Kayaks, I noticed they did have 3 or 4 measuring boards there with the bump. So they've got some in stock. If you don't happen to have one, they've got them there, as well. So you can pick one up there. Man, I think that covers it. 7 a.m., 3 a.m. back at the Marsh Landing at 4 p.m. Please watch the tutorial. Take good photographs. I'm available during the entire course of the event. I'm going to post my phone number in a couple of places. I'll have my cell phone in my pocket. I'll be at Marsh Landing, for most of the afternoon, if nothing else. Give me a call if you're having a problem. I want everybody to enjoy the event. I want everybody to enjoy the CPR format. I'm really looking forward to seeing who wins that fellowship award. Kayaks and boats. I'm really looking forward to seeing who wins that. That's that's our biggest trophy. You know, that's the biggest trophy, is that fellowship award. So I really want everybody to work hard and see what happens. You know, with that, that's gonna be a lot of fun. So. Any questions, give me a call, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate your patience, and I'm really proud to see how many people have signed up and who are interested, and really looking forward to seeing what kind of numbers we get. So thank you so much.